Hey, everybody. This is our first day of our oil highlight. So we have got two incredible, most beautiful, divine feminine oils. The first one that we're going to highlight is Clary Sage, and the second one is Marjoram. And I'm going to talk about the two kind of cross-referencing over each other because they just weave in so beautifully together. So Clary Sage is an oil that is most typically recognized in its usage for menopausal symptoms. So it's very, very deep. It's very, very engaging for the hormone system. And it's like when you use this essential oil, you can feel the depth of that floral. So it has a floral scent. It's very, very calming, but it's very deep in its scent. And if you can kind of feel into that depth really drops you down into that womb space, into that reproductive area. So think, perimenopause, think menopausal symptoms, think menopausal cramps, PMS cramps. This essential oil is the one that is going to relieve that cramping, relieve that heaviness in the womb space. And it's one of the oils that I have had the most experience with inducing labor. So in the births of my last two children, I used it as a birth inducer, and it was incredibly phenomenal how powerful this essential oil worked for me. And this is coming from having been induced with my first baby and having a horrendous time with that induction, knowing that I never wanted to experience that again. And then I began using essential oils, began getting a little more involved, and I started using that Clary Sage for the next two births as a birth inducer. So the Clary Sage is known emotionally as the oil of visioning. So actually one of the most phenomenal places that you can put it if you're into personal development work, if you are into or if you're feeling like you're missing a connection with yourself on an intuitive level, the Clary Sage is what you want to rub over that mind's eye, right? You want to put it over the mind's eye to help actually open up that intuitive space. And this is a beautiful place to put it before bed as well, to help you get really deep, restful sleep. And I have a really beautiful blend about to share with you that you can make up in a little roller bottle. So hang on there, but place the Clary Sage here and just notice what kind of dreams you have. If you are able to think clearer, make decisions faster, make decisions from a place from your heart rather than trying to think about it all in your head. That's a beautiful oil that can help you with that. Clary Sage is an oil that is also used for depression. So if you're experiencing very heavy emotions, my suggestion would be to use the Clary Sage on the back of your neck. We want to get this Clary Sage into our brain points. So you have 3 points on the back of your neck. It's like a triangle. The top point is right up, where the neck meets the hairline, and then the bottom two just kind of come out and down. And what you're engaging here is your vagus nerve. So those 3 points, that's where you want to massage that Clary Sage into. If you're feeling like you're really sitting, in those heavy, dark spaces. And then I also like to actually put a drop of Clary Sage under my tongue. Remember that doTERRA's oils are unlike any other oil on the market. And I really hope that throughout this week, you can just feel a little bit more into the company and start to develop a trust with doTERRA that maybe you didn't have before.
Mommy, look what I did.
Oh, that is beautiful. Can you take some more for me? I'd really like some more.
Mommy did that.
All right, Mummy's just doing a video. You can go and do a video on my phone. And so, yeah, my hope for you is that you can develop this belief and this trust in this company, because you really can't develop that until you start using these essential oils. And if you're highly switched on, which I'm sure most of you are going to smell the difference in doTERRA's oils compared to others, and you're going to feel the difference on your skin. You're going to feel the difference in your cells, in your brain, in your mood. And that is because of they are of the highest quality that there is. So if you're thinking of using essential oils internally, I wouldn't use any other oils but doTERRA, okay? So 1 drop of Clary Sage under your tongue, or push it up into the roof of your mouth. So put a drop on your thumb, open your mouth and push that Clary Sage up into the roof of your mouth. And the key here, guys, is that you set up your essential oils around your house so that they are readily available to use. It becomes a part of your day. So if you're wanting to use Clary Sage this way, I suggest keep it next to your toothbrush. So after you've brushed your teeth, you can put a drop up there, or, after you're doing your skincare regime, put some over your mind's eye. Now let's move on to marjoram. Marjoram has this, it's a herb, it's herbaceous, but it has this incredible sweet aroma as well. And it's deeply, deeply relaxing. Marjoram works so incredibly well with the muscles. So think muscular aches and pains, feeling like you get to the end of the day and your body just feels heavy. When your body just goes, I just would love a massage. That's the oil that is calling you, is marjoram. And I'm just thinking, actually, sorry. I just wanted to tune in with the emotions of this one, sorry. Yeah, so in the emotions book, it's known as the oil of connection. So if you're feeling disconnected from your body, feeling disconnected from it physically, marjoram would be an oil for you to come back in touch with your body. And we can get disconnected from our body when we're living in high levels of stress. Now, this can be just emotional stress. It can be financial stress, pressures of life with children and commitments and projects and, service commitments. That can sometimes leave us disconnected from our body if we don't have a daily physical routine in place. So not only does marjoram support our physical connection, but also our connection, our relationships with other people. So if you are in a place in your life where there's some distrust around relationships, where maybe you've felt wounded, please give this oil a try, and it's going to assist you on an emotional level, because remember, these oils, they're all just working on a science level in our body, and our emotions are not a woo-woo thing. We all experience them. They show up physically in our body. This is nothing new. We know this now. Emotions are processed in our brain. Essential oils, I've got some emotional stuff going on in the home. Essential oils provide us the access to those emotions via our brain. Our sense of smell. Okay, well, you ask him to be more careful next time. I'm just doing a video. Our sense of smell is the only sense that can actually, thank you, darling, I'm doing a video, that can access that limbic part of our brain. Okay, so it's what's creating that emotional change. Okay, can you take Sunny out, please? Thank you. This always happens when I go to do a video. So I want to share a blend with you. Hey, Elle, this is really important. Mummy's doing a video. So if you can step away from Sunny, thank you. Okay, so we've got a very deep feminine blend here, which is Clary Sage. Can you sit with Mum? You stay with Mum. Okay, it's okay. Can you say hello? So we've got Clary Sage, lavender, and marjoram. So you're going to do 6 drops of lavender. You're going to do 6 drops of Clary Sage and 4 drops of marjoram. And If you really love the smell of lavender actually, and you want even more deep kind of restful blend, you could up that blend to 10 lavender, 6 clary sage, 4 marjoram, and then you top the rest of it up with coconut oil and use this as your anchor for a deep rest. So place that on the soles of your feet before you go to bed. Use it as a natural perfume through the day. If you find that you're really high in stress, your relationships have got a lot of friction, you're feeling really anxious, maybe having those dark feelings, use that every day. Roll it on the back of your neck, roll it onto the wrists, and support that beautiful connection with yourself. Now, marjoram alone is amazing for a bath. Marjoram and vetiver, if you want to add that into some Epsom salts and bath in it, deeply, deeply relaxing for the whole body. So I used this after as like a post-birth healing, because my entire body just needed that replenishment. So for new mums, this is beautiful. You could make up a foot spa for them with this blend. You could run a bath for them. Even do that for yourself. Here comes another child. Mummy's just doing a video, darling. I'm doing a video. Marjoram blends beautifully with cedarwood. It also blends beautifully with clary sage. So you could even do the two together over that womb space if you're getting those cramps. And it also blends really, really divinely with whisper and geranium. So think of marjoram partnering with all of those really high sweet floral oils like ylang ylang, geranium, whisper, clary sage, lavender. It's going to pull down, when you're looking at aromatherapy blending, it's going to pull down some of that really high sweetness, which can just anchor that a little bit, and it won't feel sickly sweet when you're smelling those ones like geranium. So there you go. We have clary sage and marjoram. Now today, if you wanted to receive this marjoram, you wanted to try it, you wanted to play with clary sage, our giveaway for today is the free marjoram. So you buy a clary sage and you receive a free marjoram. So if you want to take advantage of that buy one, get one from doTERRA today, make sure that you private message me quickly. Normally sells out around lunchtime. Otherwise, jump onto your back office and you place that order for yourself. Lots of love.